Happy Friday. I told you that I would give you a follow-up once I arrived in Nashville. Well, I did arrive in Nashville very late last night, and it actually caused me to miss my other flight. So here I am, leaving this morning, heading back to New Jersey, delaying all my other activities for the day. So wondering, question for you all, what are your delays? What are the things that are causing you to not get to where you need to go or be the person you want to be or achieve the goals you want to achieve? What are your delays? What are your distractions? What are the things that are keeping you from being your ultimate best? I mean, I can certainly blame traffic. I can blame the tornadoes. I can blame all the things that happen. But it's ultimately up to me to get back up and figure out a way to make things work. Are you doing that? Are you getting up and are you figuring it out another day? Because despite all the inconveniences, all the setbacks, all the challenges that happen, especially when you're a single parent, because single parents constantly have challenges. I'm telling you, you can have the best laid out plan and there will still be something that will derail that plan, or cause you to not be able to achieve your goal. So what do? When these distractions and delays hit you, how do you handle that situation? What do you do? What changes do you make? Do you tweak something? Do you do something different that you didn't do before? You tell me. Let me know. And certainly put in some emojis and let me know what you're thinking, how your day's going, what set you back. I know single parents sometimes it can be your children, but it can be you too. It can be your own thinking because not everybody is experiencing difficult situations or domestic violence. Sometimes it's just your own thinking. Sometimes it's just the challenges of being on your own and having to navigate now being responsible for everybody. And that can be in a situation where you do still have a spouse, but perhaps they're incapacitated in some way or unable to be there for you, or they have some addiction or something else. Then you're technically still a single parent. So what is it about you that's causing delays, causing you not to achieve the goals that you set out for yourself? Did you want to maybe return to school? Did you want to continue your education? Is there something you've been wanting to do? Is there a trip you've been wanting to take with your family? Is there something you didn't think about and suddenly now it's come to your mind, you've got a new perspective, and you want to achieve that? Well, what's causing you to not take action, not take the steps necessary to make things happen? Let me know. Good morning for Mans. Welcome. It's early for both of us. I'm an hour behind, and here I am. Glad to have you with me. Thank you so much. What are your delays for Mans? Are there things that are setting you back or keeping you from achieving your goals? Let me know in the comments. The chat would be perfectly fine. You can use an emoji if you want. As I mentioned, what's 2666? What's that? Is that what's holding you back from ends? Well, either way, thank you for being here this morning, and thank you for everybody who's awake and joining me this morning on your way to work for the commute. Is there anything keeping you? Is it traffic? Is it your belief system? Is it your family? Is it your ex-spouse? Is it your current spouse? What is causing you to have delays? What's causing you not to be your ultimate best? You know, there's somebody out there who has no arms and no legs, and yet he still manages to make a life for himself and to inspire other people. So we cannot say, because now we're either single parents or we have this challenge or that challenge, that we cannot be our ultimate best. Even if you're in a job that you don't like, maybe you're working for the government right now and it's like layoffs are happening one after another and you're not sure if you're going to be able to provide for your family. Well, keep going, keep moving forward, keep doing your best, because there's something absolutely that you can do. There's something out there somewhere that can help propel you forward and to keep you on the path to going where you want to go. I got my green tea, jasmine tea this morning I'm enjoying. What are you guys enjoying? Quick sip. I'm at a lovely place called Bongo. Bongo in Nashville. It's a coffee place. They have a lot of really cool, neat places over here and some great pictures and designs. You know, last night was just challenging for me and for a lot of other people. We were all trapped in a situation we couldn't get out of. Good morning, Vithashini. Is that how you say it? Hi, Vithashini. Thank you so much for being here. What are some challenges you're experiencing? Any delays and setbacks that are causing you not to achieve your goals, Vithashini? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Send me an emoji, you guys. Let me know you're tapped in, you're here, you're enjoying. What are some things that are keeping you from achieving those goals? For single parents, it's definitely a number of things. There's always a reason that's going to set you back. For instance, yesterday I had 6 hours to come and explore in this wonderful city of Nashville. Unfortunately, because the flight was delayed multiple times, I didn't get to enjoy that. In fact, it caused me to miss my second flight. So I can choose, am I going to be bitter? Am I going to be grateful? Am I going to try to find a good perspective in this situation? Or am I just going to say, you know what? Throw my hands up in the air and not care. That's definitely an option. But you know what else you can do? You can decide to be positive. You can decide to figure it out and find a way. Because there is always a way. And I emphasize always a way. It doesn't matter, like right now I'm being inconvenienced. My inconvenience is causing me to inconvenience other people that were depending on me to be home yesterday and to meet with them today. But there's nothing I can do about that. So we just got to kind of go with it and move on to the next phase. What about you all? What about your delays? What about have you made a sacrifice? Have you invested in a relationship where your children and found that right now they're kind of off course? They're not being the people that you thought they were going to be. And you're thinking to yourself, what did I do wrong? Maybe nothing. Maybe it is just the circumstance that is happening right now, and you need to adapt to whatever circumstance that is. Have you thought about that one? Maybe there's a lesson in what it is you're going through right now, and maybe you need to find whatever that is you're supposed to learn from this situation. Maybe you just have to say que sera, sera, like I had to do. Like I could have screamed and yelled and been angry all night, but that wouldn't have gotten me on the plane any faster. I literally watched the plane go right past me. It was so disappointing, but there's nothing I can do about it. And what situations do you have? Are you working for an employer that maybe you're like, oh, I want a better job. I want something else to happen in my life besides that. Well, maybe you can't do that right now. Maybe you need to ensure that you stick there maybe another year so that you get your 401k or whatever is going on, whatever situation you have to prepare for. That might be your situation, but you can find a way. You can stay, first of all, with that company, if it's a job situation, and you can begin working part-time somewhere else, somewhere that you enjoy, doing something you love. Some people have lost their jobs, and they might have a family to take care of. Maybe you've been fired or laid off. You know what? That could be your blessing in disguise, believe me. If something happened to cause you to no longer have that employment, there's probably a reason. Maybe things you cannot see down the line. Maybe there's something out there. Maybe there's another opportunity that's approaching you right now. You have no idea. And because you now have the freedom and the opportunity to explore, you might be able to get that new perspective or that new job. You just never know where things are coming from. I'm telling you, I don't either. Maybe I was protected from something. That's why I didn't get my flight yesterday, because there were tornadoes, there was very bad weather. Normally I would say, okay, I'm going to jump in a rental car and I'm going to head out there. But I didn't do that because the weather was really bad, and I don't know if I would have put myself in harm's way by doing that. What are you all doing today? What sort of things are you either not preventing or being prevented by whatever's happening in your life? There's a silver lining in there. Perhaps there's something you're not seeing. How is your family? How are your children today? What sort of things are your children having setbacks? Do you even know? I mean, people getting laid off right now with small families, it gives you more time with your family too. It gives you time to tap into them and see how they're doing. You can have children who are excelling in terms of academics, but they're emotionally not able to achieve any better or do better. And that's where you need to spend time with them and give them your undivided attention. And I know that can be very challenging within single-parent households because there's all this little rush all the time. We're always doing more than we probably should be at one particular time. But see, look for that silver lining. Look for an opportunity amongst the situation. Look for a way to be an example or a blessing. Maybe you should go out and help somebody who's having a worse situation than you are. That could be what's happening right now. You think things are so bad, but maybe it's time to volunteer. Maybe it's time to give your job kind of a back seat and not make it your whole life. Maybe you need to reconnect with some family members or an old friend or something that perhaps you've been way too busy to interact with anybody because you've been working all the time. Maybe you need to renew your faith, renew your time in whatever. It doesn't matter what your religion is. Maybe that's time for you to connect with those of the same faith. Things happen for a variety of reasons. What is holding you back? What is your setback? What is keeping you from achieving your greatness? Because it's in all of us. Sometimes we just don't see it. Has somebody been telling you, hey, you've got a gift, you've got a skill that, oh my gosh, you need to tap into that talent. Maybe right now you lost a job and you were working in, I don't know, could be anything. Maybe you were delivering packages for Amazon, all of a sudden you're no longer doing that. And you realize, hey, I've got great talent as cooking. I'm a great chef or something. There's other hidden talent in there that I can tap in. Now you get the time to actually do it. You just never know where things are going to go. You never know why they're happening necessarily, but I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that there's a purpose and there's a reason why things are happening, and I believe that we need to tap into it and find it. So find what it is that is either holding you back or keeping you from achieving your greatness. What are your setbacks? What is in your own mind? What is it that other people are seeing about you that you're not seeing about yourself? Maybe you need to spend more time shopping. I don't know. It could be a variety of things. Maybe it's time to make yourself a priority. Like single parents, so many times, they spend so much time focusing on everybody else, especially their children, that they don't have time for themselves. There's so much time spent feeling guilty and feeling shame that you forget you're a human being. You forget you have needs also. Maybe it's time for you to just go and get in the sauna or have time to just breathe on your own, have a moment. I did tell somebody that the other day. They were just so stressed out and did not have a way to self-regulate their emotions. I did tell them, sometimes you just got to take a deep breath, take time back, gain perspective of what it is you really want, what you're trying to achieve. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you have time and energy and able to do in order to do it. So what are your setbacks? What is it that's holding you back? What is it you need to focus on that you haven't? Did you need to apologize to somebody today? Is there something you said to somebody along the way that maybe rubbed them the wrong way, and deep down that probably should not have been said? Sometimes we just rattle things off. When I've gone and I've met with people and we've had like therapeutic groups and so forth, and we learned something called HALT, an acronym, and it stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. And that is not the time you want to be interacting and communicating with people. Yes, I'm a little tired right now, but it's not affecting what I'm doing. So when you're in those state of mind, you're hungry, you're angry, you're lonely, or you're tired, that's not when you're at your best. So give people a little, give yourself a break, give other people a break, and understand that when I'm not at my ultimate best, then I can't be my best for you either. So this can be a time, single parents, when you say to yourself, you know what, I'm taking this time for me. I'm going to take some time. Maybe I'm going to take some time off. Maybe I'm going to ask for some help and have somebody help me with my children, with my family, because it can become overwhelming. There's nothing to do. It doesn't mean you don't love your children. You certainly love your children, of course. Most healthy parents love their children. I know there are some out there that don't, but very few don't love their own children. So sometimes you need to just take a moment for you, okay? You know what they say on the plane, put your mask on first and then somebody else's. You cannot help somebody else until you've helped yourself. Have you helped yourself today? Or are you just running, doing stuff for other people and forgotten that you are somebody as well, that you're a human being? Take that time today, take that perspective and say, what can I do differently? What can I do better? How am I affecting the people around me? How can I be a blessing to the people around me? How can I show caring to everyone around me? It can be something as simple as just giving someone a compliment. Did you know that? Sometimes people are having the worst day and you have no idea because they got a big smile on their face and they're making you think that everything's fine, but a lot of times everything is not fine. A lot of times there's some people that are really hurting inside and that just need somebody to listen. They need somebody to care. Could you be that person today? Because now you're taking a break. Whatever's holding you back. What's holding you back from being human? Is it work? Is it not preparing for something? Is it emergencies in your life? Emergencies being caused by your own behavior because you're not preparing for things. Whatever that is, take that time today. And just kind of reflect. Obviously not while you're at work. You want to be focusing on the job. But this weekend, just really gain some perspective and where it is you want to go, what's holding you back, and what you can do to achieve those goals at a greater level. There's so many things you can do, so many opportunities. And I will be chatting with you guys again later By that time, I hope to be in New Jersey, but God only knows at this point what's going to be happening. Right now, I've got to go down to Florida to come back up to Maryland to go to New Jersey. So it's going to be a very interesting day. And I take it with a grain of salt. I'm hoping like I meet interesting people. I'm hoping wonderful things happen today. And I hope that I get to be a blessing in someone else's life. Are you being a blessing in someone else's life? Are you being there for them just to be a shoulder to cry on or someone to laugh with? You know, sometimes you can just laugh together. Sometimes you can cook together. Sometimes you can do something that just sitting together and not even having a conversation. You're just having a time of a moment of silence. And that can be one of the best things you can do for yourself and for somebody else. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining me this early morning. I will come back again later. Again, just a few more things to think about. What are the things that are holding you back? Is there something in your life? What are your delays? What are your distractions that you need? Because you can't be your ultimate best without identifying the delays and the distractions and dealing with them. So I'm going to come back later and we're going to chat some more. I could be in Florida by that point. So I'll be chatting with you guys later and we can continue this conversation. Wishing you all an amazing morning as you're getting ready for work. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.